What does 23 mean? Anyway, there's gonna be a big loss of video here because, well, my computer decided to delete everything I had saved in my editing software, so this is gonna be a little botched, if you will. This is a big block Chevy. It had popping out of the carburetor. Pulled the valve cover off and found there was a broken push rod. How does push rods break? Okay, the valve couldn't open. Why couldn't the valve, or it got slammed shut under high RPM, you know, valve float. Turns out the valve was stuck in the head because of rust. Now, the only thing, that was the only valve that was stuck, and that was the only push rod that was broke. It was on this side, and or was it on that side? It's been so long I can't remember. One of these sides. Actually, I think it was this side. It was this side. I think this manifold had froze at one point and cracked. Now this was a saltwater engine, but they run coolant through it. So it's got a heat exchanger here. So it's got antifreeze that flows through the block and then the heat gets taken away by the salt water that comes through this thing and then gets dumped out through the manifolds. The only part the salt water touches is the manifolds, okay? So what I think had happened was it was cylinder number 4? 2, 4, yeah, cylinder 4, I believe. The manifold had cracked on the inside. Now this is a big tank essentially because water flows around them to keep them cool. I think it had cracked and salt water had leaked down into the exhaust port because it looked like a gas station bathroom, worse actually than that. It was so rusty, the valve was stuck, and the only way to get the valve out was to beat the hell out of it. And to do that, I take the head off, beat it out, clean the guide up with some emery cloth, put a new valve in it. Luckily the valve had a part number on the bottom of it, so I just typed it into Google, popped up, ordered it, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. Put a new valve in it, torqued everything back down, and it's running now. So sorry for the huge jump in video, but that's what's going on with this thing. So enjoy the video, a lot of time lapse, but that essentially I had to take the head off and then beat the valve out, put a new head gasket in, new intake gaskets, and yeah, put it all back together. So enjoy the video. Okay, I'm not going to work on this very long today because I want to spend time with him, but I do want to get this valve lapped. So we're going to do that. Got the new valve in. Here's the old valve. Luckily I had a part number on it. Just type that into Google and it popped up this valve. So put a little bit of lapping compound on there. A little bit of lapping compound. Oh wow, that stuff comes out. And I got a piece of cloth on the valve on the drill. Make sure it gets all the way around, which it did, and we'll just lap it. See how that looks. You see that ring around there? That's exactly what you want. See that ring around there? Check our seat. It's basically like sand or metal grit. Yeah, nice little ring around there. That should seal it fine. You really want to make sure you get all of this stuff out of here. Brake clean or whatever. Looks pretty good. Good enough for who it's for, I guess. That should seal up pretty nice. Okay, let's see if we can get that spring on. I don't remember where the keepers are, but we'll see if we can get that spring on there. Okay, we got our valve springs, got this little keeper holder thing on it, the retainer, and I have it on backwards. Actually, I need one more piece yet. What?
When I put the magnet over this is what it does.
Oh yeah, you're moving the needle inside.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of cool, Daddy?
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't know if I trust that. Metal screwdriver, yep.
Yeah, look, you can turn it too. And you can hold it loose. Look, it's not going to fall in here. Look how big what you want to do. Look. You can move the head up the way.
Ah. Almost had it. Ah, dang it. I think we got it. Let's see. There. Got it. Sitting flush, grabbing the valve. Looks good, everything looks the same. Cool. Okay, we're back right where we left off. Got this head all back together. Everything looks good, and this is going to be the final video. Don't worry about that slobbering pig. But today's the day that big block goes back together. Now I started to clean this up a little bit. You can use a die grinder on this. That is a very soft pad. It's just to remove the gasket material. Cast iron is a little more forgiving than aluminum. I would never ever do this on aluminum, ever. But cast iron, if you're careful, you can do it, and you won't have any issues there. So I'll probably just put you guys in a time lapse of me putting this back together, since you guys kind of seen it come apart. We're gonna get the head back on, intake back on, and button up all these accessories and torque everything down. I do have thread sealant. I gotta blow this stuff out, make sure it's all clean, get the antifreeze out of there. We'll change the oil and fire it up and see how well it runs. All right, before I put you guys in a time lapse, you may be wondering why I'm not doing the other side. Well, it's the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now what I'm gonna do is include all the gaskets I didn't use on the sale of this engine. So that way they'll have the head gasket, they'll have all the valve guide seals, they'll have everything in case something were to go wrong with this engine. So that's that. I just want to go in here and say that real quick. We're gonna get this thing back together. We're gonna pressure wash it, we're gonna change the oil, and go from there. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, we're back. Last night, of course it's always one bolt, of course, that was on the front for this freshwater pump. But I got all that together now. So now what I want to do, before we put all this gargly goop back on, can you guys even see what I'm talking about? Yeah, on the front, it has that heat exchanger on the front, valve cover manifold. I want to get this thing off the pallet, lift it up, and change the oil. Because, you know, we got coolant in there now, and who knows the last time this oil's been changed. You know, I don't know. But I got fresh oil for it, a fresh filter. I'm waiting on a fuel filter coming in the mail, so that's just gonna have to work for now. And yeah, let's get this thing down, see if we can get this thing off the pallet. And maybe we get an impact in there, that'll be nice. So we got, he mounted it 2 here, 2 on the other side, and there's 2 on the back. So I'm gonna work on that and get that off so we can lift the engine and change the oil. Well, that's not really a good sign. This is a magnetic drain plug. It's got metal paste on it. Hopefully it's fine. It didn't sound bad when it was running, so that's a plus. Even though this manifold's junk, I'm still going to put it on, that way we can test it. If you don't have the manifold on, there's a possibility you could crack the exhaust valves because it basically sucks in a little bit of cool air on a hot valve. They say it could crack a valve, but I never had that happen. I am going to put the manifold back on. But yeah, these manifolds are going to be replaced. Okay, I just got to tighten up a fuel line and put a fuel hose on it so we can get some gas up to the fuel pump. And we got to fill it with coolant. But I got to go run to get some gas. I don't have any here. I used it all in the golf cart because my son loves to ride the golf cart, okay? I said it, all right? You can't blame him or me. Anyway, I got to run and get gas. It's full of oil, new filter. Manifold's back on, -2 volts because I thought I had 2 new bolts, but I had 2 new nuts. Okay, it's my fault. We won't be able to run water through the manifolds because on the port side manifold, the little nipple drain thing is snapped off. And I don't have one here. I can look, but I don't think I have one here. I mean, I guess we could run water through it, it just wouldn't go through the manifolds. Which ain't no big deal to me. At least it'll be circulating and keep the engine cool. Maybe we'll do that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, I gotta run and get some gas. I'll be right back. Hey, come with me. Look at me. Look. Are you looking? Okay, you wanna run your 4.3 or 454 on a garden hose? You're gonna need some parts. 1.25 PVC. That fits into the raw water pump. I hope. I didn't try this yet, but we're gonna see. This is some thick hose. It doesn't fit, okay, because this is 1.25 inches, this is 1.25 inches. 1.25 ID. No, 1.25 OD, 1.25 OD, okay? And it won't fit. Okay, good. Once you figure that won't work, you can go ahead and try your other piece that you got to go into the manifold because it's broken. Will this work? That will work. Will it go into here? No, but yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to put, I'm going to see what runs first. I'm not going to bore you guys with this little concoction I made up. But we got oil in it. I'm going to mix up some antifreeze with some antifreeze in it and see if we have any leaks and we're going to fire it up. I'm not going to put you guys back in a time lapse. I know you guys have been in there a while, okay? We're going to just, oh my goodness. Freaking oil filter leaked all over the floor after I had it sitting up. I just can't win. Can't win with these messes. We're back with our freshly squeezed lemonade. That's what it looks like. Okay, GoPro's about to die. We're going to go ahead and crank this thing. This battery, I've been cranking another engine. I don't know. I haven't put it on the charger in a while. Okay. I'm going to pre-fill this fuel filter if I can get it off. Can't. Definitely can't. This big box in a beer bong this. Oh, we got a pinhole up. Oh, we didn't, got to tighten the fuel line on the carburetor. But it pushed fuel out, that's good. Okay, grab my key switch and we'll see what happens. Okay, here goes nothing, literally. Okay, oh, this lens is dirty. Okay, I did some troubleshooting. I guess the pickup coil is bad. Okay? I don't know how it goes bad just sitting up there on the floor, but I guess it does. I took it out, cleaned it all up. It looks like shit, but cleaned it up, put it back in, no spark. Take the green and white wire off, touch the ground, I got spark coming out of the coil. So the trigger inside the distributor is not working. So I guess I'll see you when that gets here, when I order it. I don't have any money. So yeah, we'll pick up right where we left off. See if we can get spark and get this thing running. All we need is spark and this thing will run, guaranteed, because it's flooded now. So, okay, see you in a week. All right, it's been a week and we're back. So I just installed it. It's very easy to do. That's what the new one looks like. This is what the old one looks like. A little bit of a difference, but everything seems to fit. The wire colors don't match, but they can only go in one way. This one is a female, and this one is a male. And opposite on this, female and male. So the red wire goes with the red and white wire, and the white one goes with the green and white wire. Okay? Put our rotor back on. Seems to fit perfect in there. And we'll see if we can crank this thing up and see if we got spark and see if it'll run. All right, let's see if we have spark now. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Probably not. We've got bright blue spark. So that's all that was. I don't know how it happened, but it went bad from sitting on the shelf over there. So now we'll button this back up and we'll see if it'll run. All right, let's see how close I got the ignition timing. Wow. Yeah, baby. Carb needs a little adjustment since I can't breathe. Yeah, we need to run some water through this thing before it gets too hot. But yeah, the old BBC. Plus, I can put this one in, this water tube that's steaming. But I can't put this one in because, well, the old one broke off inside the manifold. Okay? But hey, it runs, and it runs pretty well. Carb needs a little adjustment, huh? Yeah, I like that. Runs good. Finally. I need to hook water to this thing and get things circulating. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do that quite yet. But I think this video has gotten long enough. It runs. It doesn't backfire anymore. It seems to run pretty good. We're going to add some water to it, make sure the head gasket's sealed. And that'll be a wrap for this video and this engine. Thank goodness. Get this thing listed and get it out of here. I'm gonna buy new manifolds for it though, because they're both kind of poopy because of the salt water. So I put new manifolds on it. I'm gonna pressure test it, make sure the head gasket's good, and that's gonna be out of this video, okay? I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.